another Renee's Corner video. I'm Tanesha Renee, and today we are going to be talking about Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I have been wanting to talk about this book on the channel for a very long time, but I haven't figured out like exactly what I wanted to say. And I think the hard part is like, I could do like a summary, right? Like I could just be like, here's what the book is about and here's what I liked about it. But also like, in a lot of ways, this book changed my brain chemistry. And so I kind of want to talk about that. So my plan for today's video, right? I'm gonna do like a 1-sentence summary, who I would recommend the book for, and then get into what life lessons I took from the book. There are some other things that I could talk about with Kennedy Ryan's Can't Get Enough, but we won't get into all of that. So come along with me for this journey, for us to talk, to chit chat, us book lovers. Oh, the battery's dying, so I feel like it never fails. Like as soon as I'm like hyped up, ready to record, the camera dies. So Can't Get Enough is the third book in the Skyland series. This is my signed copy. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Kennedy Ryan. You know, I love what you do, sis. But I think the really cool part about her writing is that like she she does very well like integrating social commentary in there, and I really like that as somebody who likes to pay attention to the world but also gets really stressed out when it's like not digestible. And I feel like this is a great digestible way to talk about like caregiving responsibilities when you get older, taking care of your parents, the anti-civil rights movements that's going on right now, the like blatant anti-blackness that is happening in the world. I think that this book does a really great job of capturing those things in a way that like makes you go, huh, oh, actually these things matter and these things are happening in the context of a romance book. So this book follows Hendrix, who is a self-proclaimed like auntie. She's childless by choice. She has a bomb career. She is like that girl. She lives her life. She's having the best time of her life. And then she happens to meet Maverick. And Maverick is a black surfer billionaire who in a lot of ways I think takes time to like see her, but also see her in a way that's like not trying to take or diminish anything from her life. He does a really good job of trying to be like a positive part of her life. Not that she has like that many negative parts of her life, but like I think that some men will see a highly ambitious black woman who puts her career first, who does all the things, and will be like, I want her, but I want her in a way that like isn't this ambitious. Maverick is not like that, and we love Maverick, and Maverick is, you know, up there on the book boyfriends for me. So yeah, I recommend this book to oldest daughters, highly ambitious girlies like myself, people who are older. Like I think Hendrix is close to 40 or almost, or 40. That might not be right, but Hendrix is older in the book romance world. And 40 feels right, but I actually don't know that. But anyways, Hendrix is like an older romance book character, and so I felt very seen as someone who is like, I'm only 31, but like I also feel like I'm someone who like put my career very first. I'm highly ambitious. I am like I will handle this kind of girl, and I feel like this book has taught me a lot about men who are like, I know you can handle this, but let me take care of you. Let me like be your soft place to land. There's a part in this book that I don't want to spoil, but I want to talk about, if that makes sense. There's this part where like Hendrix is having a really hard time. Like caretaking for her mom is really hard. And the way that Maverick shows up for her in that moment like had me crying in my car, because one, it was so beautiful, but two, it like clicked in my head that like sometimes the men that I have been dealing with, or like that I have been like romantically involved with, I don't know that I would be able to call them in that situation and they like drop everything to like be there for me, if that makes sense. Like I feel like this book like really made me like take stock of like, oh, actually like that is what I want. Like I don't want to have to like settle in any aspects of my life. Like I feel like I didn't settle in my career, where I went to grad school, like getting a PhD, like where I'm doing fellowship. like I just don't want to like have to like be like, oh, this is just okay. Like I don't, like I've never lived my life that way. And so I think in some ways this book is like a very eye-opening way of like, you're allowed to not settle and still have a full fulfilled life, right? Like I think that sometimes society, and sometimes even like myself, like I put a lot of pressure on myself to be like, we need to figure this out, when like I can focus on building a life that's well lived, and then the right man will come and add to that. Like won't take away, won't be like emotionally manipulative or like an emotional terrorist, or won't be hesitant to support me in the ways that I need. I think that this book really speaks to the idea that like women are allowed to want things, and I feel like wanting things and like wanting a partner who is like, okay, like you have to be like the boss at work, and you have to be like this person in your career or whatever, but like you don't have to be that here. Like you can be soft here. And I think that is something that I'm still trying to like wrap my head around, honestly, because I don't know that I do trust men to do that, but I just feel like there's lack of evidence that there are men in my life who will do that. Like my dad does it, but like that's cool. But I think it just like raised the bar and like set different standards that I didn't know I had for myself. Especially as somebody who, like, a lot of my friends are married, a lot of my friends are having kids, a lot of my friends are involved in like long-term relationships, and as a person who's not necessarily doing those things, sometimes I feel like I'm like, oh, like there are like small moments where you're like, oh, like I'm the seventh wheel with these couples. Like I have friends here that are all married, and like I'm like the seventh wheel, and it's usually fine, but then sometimes I'm like, oh, it would be really nice to have like a partner. And that's okay to want, but like there's still other good things going on in my life. It just started pouring. But I just feel like every like ambitious girly, every girl who's like, I do not want to settle in my life, every girl who has been told that they're too ambitious and like their ambition is going to like scare away a man. And I'm looking at somebody in particular who told me that, because that was some really messed up advice you gave me at 21, and I'm so glad I didn't take it. But like you should probably not give advice ever to anyone. But I think that this book, you know, like you can have goals and dreams and do all the things and like still want a partner, and like that doesn't diminish both. What else did I want to say about this? Yeah, I feel like also this book highlighted for me how like I'm not necessarily wanting a man to chase me. I'm not one of those girlies who's like, you have to chase me around the world before I know you're worthy. Like I'm not one of those kind of girls. But if you are, hey, kudos to you. But I am a girl who wants a partner who is like intentional and showing that like, hey, I'm trying to be a part of your life, and like takes initiative to do that. And I feel like that like raised the standard in my head of like, oh, like that's something I would like, and it's not like unattainable. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this honestly, because I feel like I've been talking about myself a lot, but like not really talking about the book. And honestly, my only recommendation is that you read the Skyline series. I think also this book highlighted to me like how important the village is. And so like, I don't know if I ever talk about my village on here, but I have a group of baddies, like people who love me down. And so like the women in my life and the women in my circles that like uphold me when I need to be held, or like when I need support, like it is such a beautiful thing. And like I never take that for granted. And I think that this book in the Skyline series highlights that for a lot of women, of like, you just need like a couple of homegirls that like love you fiercely. And even if you all have different things going on in your life, like maybe some of them are married, maybe some of them have a bunch of kids, maybe some of them are doing that, but like the village holds each other together. And I think like that is such a beautiful thing. And like recently I was talking to a friend, and he was like, well, how many male friends do you have? And I was like, honestly, friends, like just friends, Not that many, but I do have a couple of baddies on the roster, okay? I will, like, there is not a point in time where I'm like, okay, I'm having a bad day, like, oh, I don't know who I would call. Like, any one of the group chats, any one of the villagers, I don't know if they know that they're called the village, but any one of my girls, like, it is just so important to have people around you that love you and like love you down. And like there was a quote in this book at the beginning where she was like, Hendrik was talking about the love that her friends have for her, and she's like, why would I settle for a man who loves me less than my girls do? And she's like, I don't want somebody who is not loving me in the same way that my friends love me. And I honestly, like, that was like click. I was like, oh, this is why the village exists. Like, this is the love that like I should be accepting, and anything less than that, maybe we shouldn't be accepting it. So all that to say, I hope you read the Skyland series. Can't Get Enough is out now. It came out this year. Obviously I think it's the best one in the series. I think that all the men in the series honestly are very good, but Maverick has a special place in my heart as like a man of his word, okay? And a man who sees the woman he wants and does not stop until he pursues her in a way that makes sense to her, in a way that she is wanting. Not on a, like a creepy thing, but like on a like, hey, here's my cards, I really want you, and I'm going to do what it takes to earn your love, and I'm going to do what it takes for you to feel loved and worthy, and to feel like you are the most amazing person on earth, because you are. And so if I can bring extra feeling of that, I will do that. I don't know if that's the best book review, but go check it out. If you read Can't Get Enough, you can leave a comment and we can chat about it. I also will say that like this is one of those book series that I feel like is really accessible to a lot of people. I know I keep saying I'm getting off and then I keep talking, but I do feel like this book series is pretty accessible to people. And I also feel like there are very unique Black love stories that are just like chef's kiss. And so if you ever take anything from me, read Kennedy Ryan's Skyland series and call it a day, okay? Even if you've never taken another book recommendation from me, read this one. 10 out of 10. All right, friends, I will leave a book emoji. If you watch this far, leave a purple emoji for the cover, and like the background kind of eats though. It looks really good in here. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out. I love y'all so much. Make sure to eat, move your body, eat good food. Move your body, drink water, do something kind for someone else, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.